it really was hard that everyone else came into that Zoom space and everyone else came into that remote working space, because I am an ambivert. And one of the great things about being remote was that people wouldn't constantly try to meet with me because I wasn't live with them. I wasn't in the office, and I could have my breaks from people. And pandemic was like, oh my God, everyone is now in this remote space that it's like my kingdom. And now my kingdom's being infiltrated and everyone wanted to connect. So what I learned really was what I've learned all along, really, which is quality matters more than quantity. And I'm seeing that now. I suddenly had the same challenges before, where there's too many people wanting to connect with me, often without clear intention. That's definitely something that exhausts me. And I loved how people were doing the extra work to connect with me now, because in the past, it was me having to make sure to reach out of my remote bubble, connect. And so that part was great. But I also had to narrow again to focus on these quality interactions. And so I think that's something I've personally learned. And I'm also seeing people really struggle with, they have this Zoom fatigue, but they're still feeling isolated somehow. Like there's that weird thing. And to me, that's like a classic case of focusing on quantity over quality.
Over quality, yeah. I love what you say about having intention. And so you're saying it made people that were actually reaching out to you to be clear about what they needed to be
exactly
about. Interesting. Very interesting. So that's a learning maybe for all of us in really pushing back when we don't have a clear idea ourselves, right? Of why people are scheduling that Zoom call automatically.
Yeah. Like, just because you had back-to-back meetings face-to-face in your work job doesn't mean that that's going to be energizing for you in a virtual world. It's maybe not. And so it is okay to say no. And for me, it wasn't energizing in the live world either. So it was always nice to be able to say no and manage my calendar more. And now I just find myself doubling down on that again and making sure, okay, well, Crystal, do you have days where you have meetings versus ones that are maybe meeting free? And that's what I need to recuperate. And, am I trying to connect with everyone equally, or are there certain people that I'm deciding, wow, during pandemic, these people make me really feel connected and grounded and, not just spread too thin, but getting that meaningful feeling of someone's there for me. And really focusing my efforts in those spaces. And it's not because I don't love, everyone. I love everyone, but you don't have the capacity, right? We don't.
That's when we get in trouble, when we think we have that capacity. You're absolutely right.